driving home because we came from our camping for 2 days. So while my husband is driving, I'm going to share you something information about jobs here in Canada. Kids are sleeping on the back. Let me remind you this again, okay? If you are applying to come here in Canada, kindly please do it legit. You have to be honest to your applications, okay? If you are married, divorced, or separated, you have to put all in your documents, okay? Especially if you have small children that you want to bring them here in the future in Canada, you have to put all in your documents, okay? Even though you have your ex-husband or you're divorced, you still have to put their names. It's because even though they're not coming here in Canada, because this is very important here in Canada, and they don't even care if you have many wife or many husband anyway, they don't care about that here in Canada. Most important, you are honest to your application. That is one of the most important, is because so many people, so many applicants to come here in Canada, they're lying about their applications. Someday in the future, when they do the sponsorship to your children or to their wife or to their husband, and that's the time they realize they cannot able to sponsor them here in Canada, or sometimes that's the reason why they deported, because they lied to their application. Just to remind you, okay? Jobs that is always high demand here in Canada is caregiver, nanny, live-in caregiver, or live-out caregiver, okay? So the reason why I said this is a job that is always high demand here in Canada, because of the high growth of aging population here in Canada. And it's because this is how I become a permanent resident here in Canada, because of these nanny jobs or caregiver. Or the average salary for a nanny or caregiver here in Canada is between 27,000 to 35,000 a year. Okay, so we are talking about the caregiver or live-in nanny. Those are the people who are not yet a permanent resident, okay? Because if you are permanent resident, of course, your salary, your average salary is more than that. The second job that is always high demand is IT. Okay, those IT graduates out there overseas, if you are an IT graduate, you come to Canada and you are a permanent resident, you can able to work as an IT here in Canada. You don't have to go to school. This is always a high demand job, especially at this time of pandemic, okay? And they're making good money for this, okay? The salary, it all depends on your own work experience, and it depends on the province where you going to landed or you settled, okay? Because in every province here in Canada, they have their own minimum wage. Like for example, in Alberta is $15 per hour. The average salary of an IT here in Canada is between 50,000 to 150,000 Canadian dollar per year. But as I said, it all depends on your own work experience, and it all depends on the province where you work. The number 3 always high demand job here in Canada is a truck driver. If you can see, I will show it to you. I'm going to show it to you, okay, because we are in the highway anyway. Okay. So truck driver is always a high demand job here in Canada. You know, it's a whole truck drivers make an average of 40 to 70,000 per year. If you do your own research, you know, truck driver is always a high demand jobs here in Canada. And for foreign people, for the foreign truck driver guys, you need to have at least 4.5 band score for IELTS. You know, IELTS is English International English Language Test. So if you guys can see, this is the Alberta Provincial Highway, or they call Highway number 2, and also they call Queen Elizabeth II Highway. And also this is the major highway here in Alberta that connected to from United States to Canada border. And that, if you can see, that opposite highway is going to Edmonton, to Grand Prairie and Red Deer, where we came from, okay? If you have a work experience in driving, those truck drivers, you need to try to get your English International English Language Test. So if you can find a job in LinkedIn or Indeed.ca or Canada Job Bank, okay, you try those kind of websites here in Canada, because yeah, they have some companies hiring overseas too. If you can see this one, this is a highway, and those are farm, okay? People here in Canada are planting canola and wheat, you know. Anyway, let me continue my topic. Another job that is always high demand jobs here in Canada is hotel. Okay, if you have the work experience like hotel housekeepers, room attendants, cleaner, janitor, guest service, those are always a high demand jobs here in Canada. So the average salary is 30,000 per year. Okay, so to come to Canada as a work permit visa, they have some certain years or certain hours to complete before you are qualified for your permanent resident. Okay, some requirements, you need to pass an IELTS English examination. Okay, this is one of the requirements for people, for them to become a permanent resident. Okay, but not all jobs here in Canada required IELTS. Okay, not all jobs. You need to do your research. Okay, because I'm sharing these ideas to you, so please do your own research. Another one that is always high demand jobs here in Canada is butcher jobs. Okay, actually I have a separate video about the butcher jobs here in Canada, but if you missed that video, then you have the chance to know that the butcher is always a high demand jobs here in Canada for foreign people. I met so many Filipinos from overseas. They came to Canada and work as a butcher, and now they are all Canadian citizens here in Canada. So if you have the chance and you have this work experience, type of a work experience, you try to apply. When you are trying to apply jobs here in Canada, don't just only apply in one province. Okay, try to search some other provinces here in Canada like Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, British Columbia, Ontario. Okay, they have the Canadian website here. You can try in LinkedIn, Indeed.ca, or Canada Job Bank. It's always in the websites. Try to look online, and at the same time, if you cannot make it through the online, you ask help from agencies. Try to look for agencies, but the problem is, you know, it's so hard to trust agencies because they have so many promises, and you end up promises for nothing, and you're spending a lot of your money. And that's the thing, you know. Where are we now, honey? Airdrie? Huh? Oh, okay. And, we are passing by in Airdrie. Airdrie is about half an hour drive to Calgary. Airdrie is a small city as well, and some people choose to buy a house in Airdrie because it's a little bit affordable if you compare in Calgary. Okay, so anyway, what topic are we now? Yeah, we're close to Calgary now. I think my husband is tired driving, almost like 3 hours now driving from the camp. Where try to apply through online. Okay, and good luck for that, because some people have success for applying a jobs tired for applying a jobs through online like LinkedIn, Indeed.ca. Try to go online instead of paying agencies so many expensive, right? Okay? And good luck for that. Let me go back to nannies or caregiver jobs here in Canada. I always love to share with you about the nannies and caregivers here in Canada, because most of the Filipinos I met here in Calgary are from nanny jobs. Most of them are from Hong Kong, like they are from Philippines. They go to another country in Asia and they cross country here in Canada. The reason why I love to share this, because if we are a nannies or caregivers in some other countries, you know, and if you have the education, you think you qualified to come and work here as a nanny or a caregiver, why don't you just grab that opportunity instead of staying in that one area in that country? Let's say I'm going to make an example in Hong Kong, because that's where I came from. Okay, so instead of staying there in Hong Kong for 5 years, 10 years, why don't you try to come here in Canada? It's because after you work here as a nanny or a caregiver for at least 2 years, you have the chance to apply for your permanent residence. That's what I did exactly after completing my 2 years full-time nanny. Then I applied for my permanent residence. And if you are married, you have your small children, instead of staying there in Hong Kong or in Singapore or in some other Asian countries, you stay in Canada. After 2 years, you can able to sponsor your family, your husband or your wife, and bring them with you here in Canada. Then you can able to spend time with them. So anyway, it's all up to you. I only give this I give these tips about the high demand jobs. That is always high demand jobs here in Canada. Okay, so please do your own research. And disclaimer, I'm not an agency. I don't belong to any immigration consultant here in Canada. I just love to share my life experience here in Canada and those jobs, ideas that I can share it to you. So if you are one of them, then take this opportunity to apply to Canada if you wish to, okay? Because not all people love to come here in Canada anyway. But for me, because I'm here in Canada and I love to share to people about the life reality here in Canada, okay? So anyway, hi Morrison, you just woke up? How's your brother? Sleeping? Sister is sleeping? Oh my goodness sake. We're almost driving for almost 3 hours now and we are close to Calgary. This is the first time my husband is driving an RV here in Canada. He bought a used one for us to use for our camping during summertime here in Canada, okay? And it's very convenient because first of all, you feel like you bring your small home with you. There's a kitchen, there's a washroom, there's a bed to sleep. It's more easy for me as a mom, of course. So yeah, it's our first time to travel and this is my husband's first time to drive also. That's a commercial train, Canadian Pacific Trail, and that is a very, very long train. Oh my goodness. These trains are cross borders from North America. You know, they can go in United States and in Canada. I don't know what is inside that, honey. Oil, yeah, right. Wow. Yeah, we are finally in Calgary now. Finally, we are in Calgary. Anyway guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you for my next video. God bless you and bye bye. My husband is tired.